Hello everybody and welcome to the Worldwide Technology Raceway here in St. Louis at Gateway for the NASCAR Xfinity Series New Way 200 Sauce by Blues Hog Barbecue for the NASCAR Xfinity Series regular season finale. Rookie phenom Connor Zilisch starts on pole position alongside ever so consistent Sam Mayer in the 41. Allgaier Almirola, the two veterans, right there behind him. As we already get underway, as we are green and underway here in St. Louis. Who will be conquering Gateway here today in the regular season finale? And can we see an upset winner to punch their ticket into the playoffs? Remember, the bubble battle is William Sawalich above Brandon Jones by 26 points for the final spot in the playoffs coming into today. Connor Zilisch clear for the race lead over Sam Mayer on exit turn 2 as you go down the back straightaway for the first time here today in Gateway. Mayer, though, trying to make something happen on the outside of Zilisch. Can't quite do it. Almirola now going for second as the 88 starts to drive away early in this race here in St. Louis, trying to get his fourth win of the season. Connor Zilisch leads the opening lap of racing from the pole here in Gateway over Sam Mayer and Eric Almirola, who is now caught up to the back bumper of Zilisch here with just 3 to go in stage 1. The 19 to the outside of Zilisch. Can Eric Almirola, the veteran, steal this win away? Almirola, one of the few drivers in the field with Xfinity Series experience here at St. Louis. Of course, also has some Cup Series experience in the last couple of years of his full-time Cup career racing here in Gateway. But the 19 now taking the lead from Connor Zilisch thanks to help from lap traffic. Eric Almirola out front here in St. Louis. Can he go to victory lane for the second time this season? Of course, got it done at Phoenix all the way back in March. That was his last victory, trying to get his second on the year here today as he pulls away from the 88. You see everyone else there trying to close in behind him, but say wave a lap track as Almirola gets to the inside of the trying to get to the inside of Alfredo in the 42, who is just completely holding up Almirola right now. Little Zilisch to get a big run in the back of Almirola, who is stuck going incredibly slow behind Alfredo, and the doors open for Zilisch once again. They're 3 wide, they're 4 wide for the lead down the back straightaway. Can you believe what you are seeing here in Gateway? Some incredible racing for the stage win between Eric Almirola and young Connor Zilisch. Brendan Poole on the wall behind him. Zilisch takes the lead back. Final lap of stage 1 here in Gateway. What a tremendous battle. Zilisch gets the jump on the outside of Blaine Perkins. Now put a car now between him and Almirola. Now the only car Zilisch has to worry about is the 45 of LeVar Scott. In our universe, making his season debut, in real life making his second career Xfinity Series start as Zilisch gets to the inside of LeVar Scott for position, taking that spot away from the 45 as we head to the 3 and 4 for the final time this opening stage. Connor Zilisch is going to make it 2 weeks in a row, winning stage 1 as Zilisch, after an incredible battle, wins stage 1 here in Gateway. Almirola will be second. Sheldon Creed, Sam Mayer, Haas Factory Team, and then Justin Allgaier run out the top 5. Carson Quaffle, Austin Hill, Jesse Love, Nick Sanchez, and Sammy Smith earns the final stage point to round out the top 10. So Zilisch, a stage 1 winner from the pole. And here we are in stage number 2, where Zilisch, how about the 0-0 with Sheldon Creed? Great pit stop. Now going to restart second on the outside. Zilisch, we are green and back underway here in Gateway. Sheldon Creed and Connor Zilisch battling for P1 as we go through turn number 1 here in St. Louis. And Zilisch easily clearing Sheldon Creed for the race lead, in control of this race. The Haas cars second and third. Almirola trying to work his way further up into this top 5 as we work our way later through this race. Zilisch leading the way, but here comes Eric Almirola once again. Creed on the outside. Zilisch right now stuck behind the lap car of Joey Gase in the 53, and that will allow Sheldon Creed to take the momentum through 3 and 4, and Creed goes to the lead here in St. Louis as he'll get by Zilisch in lap traffic. Creed, our third different leader here today in St. Louis, as they are 3 wide further back for third place, but it's Creed leading Zilisch, Almirola, Jesse Love, and Sam Mayer, the top 5. And a caution's come out on the racetrack. The caution came out here late in stage 2 because Sam Mayer actually had a tire go down and stopped on the racetrack, so he's actually 1 lap down at the moment. He is awaiting to see if he can get the free pass, but the 2 of Jesse Love with a tremendous restart, already off to a 3/4 tenths of a second advantage over Creed. So now Jesse Love leading this race here in Gateway for the first time. Now our 4th different leader, Love, trying to pick up the stage win. You know, got to get every playoff point you can here. Playoffs start next week on a probably going to be a cool Friday night in Bristol, but it's Creed to the inside of Jesse Love trying to get the lead back here with just now 3 to go in stage 2. Can Creed beat Jesse Love, or can Austin Hill and Eric Almirola strike late? Zilich has fallen all the way back to 6th. Had a terrible restart, but it's Jesse Love who's able to block Sheldon Creed and hold the lead here in St. Louis with just a few laps to go in stage number 2. Now in the final lap of the stage, RCR 1-2, Love and Hill in control. Almirola diving to the inside of Sammy Smith for 3rd position. He will take it. Zilich going to follow him through into 4th position, as this is actually coming to the last lap of the stage this time by. But it's still Jesse Love and Austin Hill driving away from the field here. And Gateway, of course, Jesse Love did have the 1 truck start here, subbing for Corey Heim, who, of course, I believe had COVID, so he had to miss 1 race. So Jesse Love got behind the wheel, and so now he's using that truck experience to his advantage here in the Xfinity Series return to Gateway after a long time away, as Jesse Love leads over Austin Hill and Eric Almirola through the final corner, stage number 2. It is going to be another stage win in the bank of young Jesse Love, as Jesse Love wins stage 2 here in Gateway. Austin Hill 2nd, Almirola, Zilich, and Sammy Smith the top 5, followed by Justin Allgaier, Sheldon Creed, Carson Quaffle, Nick Sanchez, and Daniel Hemrick earns the final stage point for that number 11 program with Colleague Racing. So Sam Mayer will get the free pass because of that. So Mayer going to be back on the lead lap after his tire issue there near the end of that stage. So keep an eye on the 41 charging his way back through the field here to be in contention for a top 10, maybe even a top 5 finish here late in this race. Now we get back underway here on the restart. The 21 of Austin Hill, the other RCR Chevrolet, will now take the lead. Almirola trying to make it 3 wide into turn 1. He dives to the inside, and we are 3 wide for the lead here in Gateway. Once again, this time Eric Almirola with a tremendous move, but doesn't have the momentum on exit of the corner. That will allow Austin Hill and Jesse Love, the RCR teammates, to battle it out for the lead as they go into turn 3. Now Justin Allgaier wants some. They're 3 wide once again. Some incredible racing here in St. Louis for the lead between 3 of the series best. Hill, Love, and Allgaier getting after it. Almirola, Zilich trying to get the picture, but Austin Hill takes the lead and is in control here in the final stage of action, trying to go back-to-back with race wins, but then Justin Allgaier finds a way by Hill. So now Allgaier leading the way here with 55 laps remaining. As they battle for now, field laps there. Justin Allgaier gets held up behind Cole Raz in his Xfinity debut there, and that will allow Austin Hill to get back to the lead on the inside lane, but don't count out that boy Connor Zilich. The rookie is on the charge, trying to get P1 back, but Joey Gase once again holding up the leaders. Austin Hill shoves him up in front of Justin Allgaier. Now Zilich says, I want the lead. Now 3 wide once again for the lead. Here comes Zilich to the inside. This is incredible. Zilich and Hill battling it out. Allgaier dropping back behind. Gase almost wrecks the 53. Gase hangs on to it, but Austin Hill will retain the lead on lap 123. Just 38 laps to go, but Zilich is lurking ever so slightly right there in second. Now trying to get one more shot to the inside. A little bit of a bump, a little bit of a squeeze, and now Zilich back to the inside. Austin Hill trying to get redemption for last week in Portland, where he was oh so close to victory, but it was that 21 who beat him back to the line. But now Connor Zilich will take the lead back with help from Eric Almirola, with just 37 laps to go here in St. Louis, winding down the laps in this race. Who will prevail and go to victory lane? Now here we are, just 20 laps remaining. Zilich still in control, leading this race, but here comes the 19 of Eric Almirola to the outside of the rookie, and Almirola taking the lead back with just 20 laps to go. This is likely the battle for the win in heavy lap traffic. Look out for Ryan Sieg, Daniel Dye, and Dean Thompson here, but Zilich forcing Almirola behind Ryan Sieg, trying to use the 39 to his advantage, but he doesn't have the momentum, so Eric Almirola and Zilich will continue to be side by side for the lead down the front straightaway. Now with just 19 laps remaining, and you saw a car there on pit road. That was a 20 of Brandon Jones, is throwing a Hail Mary, hoping that a strategy will work in his favor here to win his way into the playoffs, but he's right now is not going to have the points, not even close to oust Sawalich from the playoffs, as Zilich and Almirola continue to battle for the victory. Now 3 wide with Ryan Sieg into turn 3. What a move by Connor Zilich. And the 88 gets back to the lead, but now with just 9 laps to go, here comes the 19 once again. Eric Almirola on the outside, taking the lead back from young Connor Zilic as they negotiate Parker Retzlaff, who is a lap down here, but is Almirola taking the lead back from the 88 of Zilic with that incredible pass into turn 3. And now here we are, white flag waving in the air in St. Louis. Final lap presented by Credit One Banking Gateway. Who will go to victory lane? Will it be Almirola or Zilic, or will Allgaier or Austin Hill steal it? Look out for the lap car of Jeremy Clements. Almirola, Zilic both negotiate him cleanly and easily, but the 88 loses a ton of momentum next to the corner. Almirola started to grow that gap. It's going to come down to 3 and 4, but the 19 in a great spot here. Can Zilic find a way by? They're catching the lap car of Josh Bilicki for 3 and 4 for the final time here in St. Louis. Zilic giving it everything he's got to close in on Almirola, who's got a lift with a Bilicki opportunity. Here comes Zilic to the outside. It's side by side, a drag race to the line. Almirola wins it in a photo finish. What a finish here in Gateway. Eric Almirola holds off the rookie of Connor Zilic to get his 2nd win of the year and 7th of his career. Almirola leading 16 laps on the day, not the final 16, but he led a total of 16 laps on the day. Unbelievable photo finish there over Connor Zilic to get the victory. Allgaier, Austin Hill, and Jesse Love around the top 5. Sheldon Creed, Sammy Smith, Daniel Hemrick, Quaffle, and others the top 10. As the 18 of William Sawalich, while they were having that photo finish, makes his way into the playoffs on points. So William Sawalich will be the 12th and final driver in the Xfinity Series playoffs, making it in over his teammate of Brandon Jones. So Eric Almirola wins in a thrilling photo finish over Connor Zilic. Here are the final race results. Almirola also picking up the Xfinity Fastest Lap Award, the first of his career up to this point. And Justin Allgaier finishing 3rd, wins the regular season championship over Zilic, who of course was right there in 2nd. A great top 10 recovery from Sam Mayer. How about that? Being a lap down to finish in 8th. Very impressive from him. Daniel Hemrick, a solid 11th. Corey Day, great 12th place effort. Sawalich beats Brandon Jones by 4 spots to get that final spot in the playoffs. You see where else ended up throughout the rest of the grid. Taylor Gray, Kyle Sieg, DNFing with mechanical failures throughout the day. So that the NASCAR Xfinity Series playoff standings after a final regular season race. So the final margin of making the playoffs is 30 points of William Sawalich over Brandon Jones. So Brandon Jones is out, and William Sawalich, the rookie, is in. And you see everyone else there below them had to win. They were not able to do so. And you see everyone else end up, all the winners and guys who'd already clinched on points like Quaffle and Sammy Smith. So Allgaier, Zilic going to be our top 2 seeds as we head into the round of 12 here to begin the Xfinity Series playoffs next Friday night in Bristol. It is going to be Zilic and Allgaier, 21 points above the cut line as the top 2 seeds. Austin Hill, this 2-time defending champion, 12 points to the cut line. Then you got Sam Mayer, Jesse Love, Sheldon Creed on down, absolute dogfight. Mayer only +6, +5 for Jesse Love. Creed +4, Taylor Gray +3, and then Sanchez on the bubble, 1 point above Carson Quaffle. Eckes right there out by 2, Sammy Smith out by 5, and William Sawalich out by 9, heading into the playoff opener at Bristol, which is probably going to be extremely chaotic as we have seen in previous years. And so as we conclude this episode, as always, I'm going to give a special shout out to my channel members. Thank you so much to JJ, Brenda, Breen, and Jeremy Isley for your support. Really appreciate it. It means a ton to me in this channel. Helps us continue to grow, produce some awesome content. Now pushing towards 2,000 subscribers. So thank you guys so much for watching. And if you are watching this video and are not subscribed, please do subscribe. It's completely free. It only takes a couple of seconds. I would really, really appreciate it. And if you want to get your shout out at the end of the video, like these 3, become a paid channel member. Link is in the description down below. Until next week in Bristol, I hope you all have a good one.